Down here in Venice, Florida, the summer off-season gets quiet. Thousands of beautiful coastal homes sit completely empty as their owners head back north. You are leaving behind a major financial asset. We are talking about $400,000 to over $1 million in property, just sitting there, unoccupied for 6 months at a time. And an empty house in Florida faces a very specific set of threats. If the AC unit fails in July, the interior humidity spikes rapidly. A small plumbing leak behind a wall goes entirely unnoticed. Locking the front door and crossing your fingers until November is a high-risk gamble against the regional climate. The elements here are actively working against an unconditioned, unmonitored house. Most seasonal residents try to solve this by asking a neighbor to keep an eye on things. It costs $0, but it shifts a heavy burden onto a friend. And let's be honest, it is often unreliable. The other extreme is hiring a full property management firm. That gets you professional oversight, but you end up paying high, flat-rate monthly fees designed for active rentals, which is financial overkill for a house without tenants. There is a middle ground. It's a hybrid approach called the Peace of Mind Home Watch Plan, running at a $49 monthly baseline. This matrix shows how the three options stack up. We are comparing the neighbor favor, full property management, and the hybrid home watch model across three specific metrics: cost, reliability, and verifiable proof. Notice how the hybrid model doesn't promise an all-inclusive, unlimited service like full management. Instead, it strikes a balance, giving you the high reliability and hard proof of a professional, but keeping the baseline cost low. The trade-off here is intentional. You are paying that low recurring fee to guarantee priority access to a professional system, rather than paying upfront for labor you might not use. Let's break down exactly how that $49 monthly membership works. That fee does not cover the physical home visits. It buys your spot on the roster and priority scheduling during the busy snowbird season. The membership applies a preferred rate to the visits themselves. Instead of paying the standard $40 to $50 per check-in, members pay a discounted rate of $29 per visit. Most seasonal owners look at those numbers and choose to schedule 2 to 4 of these a la carte visits each month. This chart breaks down a typical month. You have your $49 baseline at the bottom. If you add 3 $29 visits on top, your actual monthly total comes out to about $136. This modular setup requires you to actively decide how much oversight you want. You dial your own risk level up or down, paying only for the check-ins you schedule, rather than writing a blank check to a management company. Now, let's look at this from the perspective of an out-of-state family member. Adult children often carry a lot of anxiety about their aging parents' vacant property, wondering if everything is actually okay hundreds of miles away. The strongest feature of this plan addresses that exact anxiety. After every single visit, the homeowner receives a private, unlisted video walkthrough of the property. The inspector films themselves checking the AC handler, testing the windows, walking the exterior perimeter, and even checking for packages on the porch. This is what you actually get right on your phone, a time-stamped link sitting in your inbox, narrated by the local professional who just walked through your living room. That visual proof removes the guesswork. You and your family don't have to wonder if the house smells musty or if the back door is secure. You can literally see it with your own eyes. This video walkthrough provides a verifiable, time-stamped record of security, so you aren't relying on blind trust. Things change quickly during hurricane season. Severe winds and driving rain can put an empty coastal house at immediate risk of damage. As a member, you are automatically on the priority list for a storm damage check the moment it is safe to travel after a major weather event passes through the area. If you see a storm forming while you are up north, you can also trigger a premium storm prep visit. For a higher one-time fee, professionals will go to the house, secure your patio furniture, and check your shutters. On the opposite end of the spectrum is the return home prep service. Before your flight back to Florida, they will go in, turn down the AC, check the water lines, and even pick up your groceries. Utilizing these add-ons will increase your total seasonal spend, but it entirely eliminates the awkwardness of calling your neighbor and begging them to drag your heavy pool chairs into the garage. These optional a la carte services expand the plan from basic disaster prevention to a high-touch concierge experience. Let's run the final math for a standard 6-month snowbird season on this plan. This chart compares preventative costs against potential risk. 6 months of fees plus 3 monthly visits totals around $800. Compare that to returning to unchecked mold or hurricane water damage. Those repair bills quickly climb into the tens of thousands. When you look at the math, committing to this plan is functionally paying the equivalent of a few nice dinners out to ensure the ongoing health of a massive financial asset. This setup isn't for everyone. If you rent your home out and need full tenant management, or you want a completely hands-off experience where you never have to approve a schedule, you should look elsewhere. The ideal user here is the budget-conscious snowbird. You want predictable oversight of your property, but you refuse to be locked into a bloated, expensive contract. This decision tree maps out options. Want zero involvement? Hire a property manager. Want the cheapest? Ask a neighbor. Need verifiable peace of mind? Choose the hybrid model. It's also perfect for anxious out-of-state family, providing the visual proof needed to stop worrying. Ultimately, the peace of mind plan works because you have a consistent local proxy, someone who actually documents the property's condition, so you aren't just hoping a neighbor remembers to check the AC.